who it is. It's called the Z06, and there's no getting away from the fact that it is very, very fast. And, properly loud.
I call Corvette. Has a V8 engine, but it's not the 5.7 that we've become used to. Oh no, this has 7 litres. It's the most powerful engine ever made by General Motors. Turns out 500 brake horsepower and so much torque that I reckon it could probably outrun the fuel that powers it.
Let's find out with a quarter-mile drag race between the car and a trail of petrol. And if you think that's amazing, watch this.
What I'm going to do is put it into 5th gear, okay? 5th. Stationary, and here we go. Bit of a judder. And we're off. 30 miles an hour. 40. 50. Now, I once did this with a V12 Aston Martin. That started in 4th and went to 135 miles an hour. Let's see what this can do. That's 100 already. Haven't changed gear. 120. We're in the torque band now. It's really shifting. Going up to 150. And that's 160. And I'm out of runway. In actual fact, this would go from a standstill to 175 miles an hour in 1 gear.
So, a fairly phenomenal engine. But then it doesn't really have much weight to lug around. That's because its bumpers are made from carbon fibre. The cradle the engine sits in is made from magnesium. And the whole space frame is made from, aluminum. Whatever that is. What's more, they've even sacrificed some of the boy band looks in the relentless quest to be taken seriously. There are flaps in front of the front wheels to improve downforce and reduce drag. There's a bigger mouth to improve cooling. And in the exhausts, there are butterfly valves to give a better vocal range. Then there's the engine, which is not only bigger than usual, but mounted lower down and further back. The results of all this are dramatic.
Not the most sophisticated handling car in the world, but there's so much brute force. It just doesn't matter. Just use the right foot to get you out of trouble. Jab of throttle. There we go. There it is. Whoa! I am a child. Already I've converted most of the rear tyres into smoke. Whoop, there's a bit more gone. And it's so controllable, you even have time halfway through a bend to check out your G-meter on the head-up display. That was 1.2 G through there.
This car really is like Robbie Williams. Who could have guessed that behind the take that nonsense there was a proper musician trying to get out?
They say that it can lap the Nürburgring in 7 minutes and 43 seconds. Now that is an astonishing time, it really is.
It doesn't feel at all like an American car until you turn the sat-nav on.
It's got a sort of voice thing on it, okay? I'm going to push it, ready?
System is showing the fast food icons.
First thing it goes to, the default setting, fast food. How American is that? It can't find London, can't find France, but it'll find you a burger. Chinese.
System is showing the Chinese restaurant icons.
Oh, I've got a good one for it. Iraqi restaurants. Well, that shut her up.
The best thing about this car, however, is its price.
You see, the Z06 is £60,000 and the Ferrari 575 here is £160,000. And if a Martian came to Earth, you'd have the devil's own job explaining why.
They both look pretty much the same. They're both front-engined. They're both about the same size. Both develop 500 brake horsepower. Both can top 190 miles an hour, and both can get from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. So why is there a £100,000 price gap? Well, you know what? After a whole day at the track, I couldn't work it out at all.